Hello, this is Sully Taylor with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you are watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We are here today to talk with candidates running in the May 19th, 2026 primary election. We are grateful for the support of the Carol and Velma Sailing Foundation, the Weiss Foundation, the Sarah Fruing Foundation, members of the League of Women Voters of Portland, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me is Chris Behre, running for Oregon Circuit Court, 4th Circuit, Position 2. And welcome, Mr. Behre.
Thank you so much, Sully. It's very nice to meet you guys and having me on for this.
Nice to have you. So our first question is, please tell us a little about yourself and why you are running for this office.
Thank you very much. So I am currently a public defender in Multnomah County. I wanted to be a judge since I was very young in elementary school. I remember I learned how much impact a judge can have on a struggling working family because my dad suffers from schizophrenia and back then was applying for Social Security disability. He was denied over and over again, but it was when he finally saw a judge and that judge saw him as a person and granted those benefits. It changed my family's life forever. And that propelled me into law school. It propelled me into a career of public service. I spent the first 10 years of my career as a legal aid attorney. I provided free legal services to working families and mostly survivors of domestic violence and other crime victims. I then pivoted to public defense when we moved out to Oregon 13 years ago, and I've been a public defender for 13 years, handling all sorts of cases from misdemeanors to complex felonies. And the last 5 years, I have worked in treatment courts. The position that I'm running for is Judge Nan Waller's position. She has been the head of the mental health court, and I believe my background, stretching back to my father's sickness, to the mental health crises in my clients that I've worked with, and to the treatment courts, makes taking over her legacy as mental health court head just perfect. I would be honored to take over her mantle.
Well, thank you for that answer. What, if any, criminal sentencing reforms would you support?
So, as a judge, we don't have a role in legislative reforms. Obviously, as a judicial candidate, I'm under the Judicial Code of Conduct and can't make pledges or promises of any issue that might come before me as a controversy. But all that said, you can look at my background as a criminal defense attorney, as well as my role in treatment courts. I believe that the treatment court model is a significant one that a judge can make quite an impact on the criminally accused future. The treatment court provides resources and intensive accountability for folks who suffer from substance use disorders or mental health diagnoses, and ensures that they get their needs met. And often those are the things that are driving the criminal behavior. And treatment courts have consistently been shown to make a massive difference in transforming their lives, in solving recidivism, and just stopping the revolving door into prison. In addition, I support the model of restorative justice, which can stop a case from getting beyond the initial charges, but provides a massive amount of accountability to the accused by having them face the people that they've victimized, as well as restoring the victim by giving them a chance to learn more about the person who perpetrated the crime, learn more about what happened, because often the victims feel like it's such a chaotic, random thing, and they get to have their moment to find out more about what happened, why it happened, and what this person might be doing to address the underlying causes. And it can be transformative for both the accused and the victim.
Thank you. You are listening to the Video Voters Guide interview and podcast of Chris Behre, who is running for Oregon Circuit Court, 4th Circuit, Position 2. What in your life experience and professional skills qualifies you best to serve as a judge?
So, as I mentioned, I work primarily with folks who are in crisis. That stretches back to my legal aid time, providing legal services to mostly survivors of domestic violence, and seeing the perspective of victims of crime. And subsequently, I've now worked with folks accused of crimes, also often in crisis, houseless, suffering from substance use disorders and mental health challenges, helping them meet, and get to the resources that can pull them out of their criminal behavior. Essentially, I have over 20,000 hours of experience arguing cases in front of a judge. I am prepared to take on the workload of a judge without batting an eye. Unlike a lot of candidates who come from lower workload cases, careers, I'm not going to be intimidated by the workload that a busy docket such as Multnomah County is going to throw at me. I'm going to be able to use my breadth of experience, my work ethic, and the compassion that I've built for clients of all walks on both sides for the bench. I'm going to break through the backlog. I'm going to be efficient, and I'm going to make sure that I provide a place for everyone to access the court in a welcoming way and with that compassion.
Thank you, Mr. Behre. This concludes our Video Voters Guide and podcast interview of the League of Women Voters of Portland of Chris Behre, running for Oregon Circuit Court, 4th Circuit, Position 2. Election Day is Tuesday, May 19th. To find additional election resources, including online identifications of other candidates and ballot measures on which you may be able to vote, please visit the League of Women Voters of Portland's website, lwvpdx.org, and vote411.org, and then exercise your right to vote. Ballots will be mailed out starting on April 30th. For your vote to be eligible to be counted, your ballot must be received by the Multnomah County Elections Division or in one of the designated ballot drop boxes in Multnomah County no later than 8 p.m. on Election Day. We strongly recommend that if you are depositing your ballot with the United States Postal Service, you do so no later than Tuesday, May 12th, 1 week before Election Day. Your voice and your vote matter. Thank you for your interest.